I've been thinking, what makes us truly fall in love with someone? Today, we will explore how to determine if our dreams, personalities, and beliefs align with our partners with the secondhand advice from the book, 8 Dates, Essential Conversations for a Lifetime of Love by John Gottman and Julie Schwartz Gottman. Love is a funny thing. Most of us have experienced love at some point in our lives, and many of us are presently in love with people we're honored to call our companions. But whether you're recently in love or have been with each other for years, there's no question you've doubted your relationship at some point. Maybe you've asked yourself if this is the right person for you, or if you can picture growing old with your loved one. We'll address such concerns, and by learning about 8 dates all couples should have, with each date concentrating on an area that couples should discuss for their relationship to prosper. The order of the dates is trivial. Begin with whichever one you feel is right for you, but make sure to experience every one of them. Today, we'll discover why arguing can be a positive thing in a relationship, how your childhood experiences can play a large role in your present relationship, and why only 1/3 of couples with children are as happy as they were before becoming parents. Every relationship involves a point where commitment starts to waver. Commitment means being there for your partner, regardless of the circumstance. Rather than choosing others who don't have the imperfections your partner does, you talk about your needs and feelings openly with your loved one. One of the best methods to develop trust in a relationship is with conversation. This conversation leads us to the first of the 8 dates, which is all about commitment and trust. Prior to the date, identify what loyalty and trust personally mean to you. It can be helpful to think about your parents and how trust and commitment affected your upbringing. When date night arrives, it's time to have a discussion. Take turns asking and answering questions like, what can I do to show my dedication to you and our relationship? And what differences do we have in our interpretations of trust and commitment, and how can we fix them? All couples argue. As a matter of fact, fighting can be a healthy and balanced way for couples to reveal their differences and find out more about each other. Studies show that the happiest couples are the ones that can handle disputes, listen to their partner, and attempt to comprehend their point of view. The discussion on fighting leads us to our second date. This date is all about resolving conflict. Before the date, you should identify potential problems in your relationship. Begin by independently listing the most noteworthy differences between you. Maybe you and your partner have different philosophies on diet or alcohol, or perhaps you have incompatible definitions of cleanliness around the house. While listing all these differences, think about feasible ways you can suit each other's preferences. With this list in hand, it's time to head out on your date. It's a good idea to have this date in a private place. Examine your list of differences one at a time and discuss why it is important to you and explore possible solutions. It could also be a great idea to talk about how you each experienced conflict in your particular families. The next topic, sex and intimacy, may be challenging for some couples to discuss, but it's essential to talk about them. When it pertains to talking about sex, most couples face problems. Very few couples speak openly about sex. This is unfortunate, as even the simple act of talking about sex can lead to better sex. But for many couples, especially those that come from different upbringings, the next date on our list could create some awkwardness. It would help if you attempt for a candlelit dinner at an intimate restaurant, or maybe at a secluded beach, or even a public garden. The date should be romantic. Before your date, think about ways to approach the subject of sex with your partner. If you find sex hard to talk about, consider why that is. There is no right or wrong way to have this conversation. The key is sincerity and also vulnerability. Next, we'll talk about another sensitive topic, work. Before the 1960s, men worked while women took care of the home. Despite considerable shifts over the years, the division of labor in relationships still provides problems. Work doesn't only refer to a paid career. Non-paid work around the house would set you back about $90,000 each year if you hired people to do it all for you. Even more, research found that sharing housework was the third most important aspect of a long-lasting marriage, right after being faithful to one's partner and a healthy sex life. When it comes to working, it's necessary that every couple strikes a balance between earning money and contributing around the house. Even more essential is to regularly discuss whether you believe you're both putting in an equivalent effort. The fourth date is about finding a balance when it comes to working. Like with the previous dates, family upbringing can play a huge role in how we perceive the world. Money is no different. This next date must be as economical as possible. No elegant restaurants this time. Think about ordering takeout and having the date at home. Take turns discussing your particular family histories with finances. Continue by sharing the ways you value how your partner contributes to the relationship, financially or otherwise. And make sure to be open regarding your hopes and fears pertaining to money and the future. One subject that can be an actual deal breaker for a couple is whether to have kids. This decision can also be a bank breaker. The average cost of raising a child to age 18 in the United States is over $233,000. However, the prospective problems of having kids doesn't stop there. Research reveals a 67% drop in marital happiness in couples who had a child within 4 years of their marriage. And this married joy doesn't return until after the child has left home. That is, if the parents haven't already separated by this point. With this in mind, it's time to plan your next date. The date will be all about family and kids and should occur somewhere patronized by children. Perhaps a public playground or a family-friendly restaurant would do the trick. The questions you and your partner must ask each other on this date are quite apparent. What's your concept of the ideal family? Does it consist of kids? If so, how many? What kind of problems might you experience while raising kids? Do you remember the last time you and your partner went on an adventure, or even just acted a little silly together? If you're having trouble remembering, it's most likely time for you to include a little play into your partnership. Think about how you may cultivate joy in your relationship. The sixth date is all about adventure and play. To prepare, consider all the possible fun activities you could do with your partner. When was the last time you attended a concert? Have you ever taken a dance class with each other? How about merely playing in the rain? While on the date itself, make time for some conversation. Discuss what adventure means to you as well as your partner. What escapades do you have on your bucket list? Throughout the date, ensure you compare your preparation notes. Some couples may find that their concepts of fun are somewhat different. Remember that having a good time is usually about trying new things. What are some things on your partner's checklist that you would consider trying? Growth is constant in relationships, and discovering spirituality can be a component of that. We change, our partners change, and our relationships transform. But the strongest couples are those who adjust to each person's changes to allow them to grow as a couple. Date number 7 focuses on growth and spirituality. One exercise to finish before the date is to identify what goals you share with your partner. Does your partner respect your achievements? What do you wish to have accomplished when you reach old age? When it's time to go on the date, you should ask many questions on the topic of spiritual life. Did your partner have a religious upbringing? What do they consider spiritual? How do they channel internal peace during challenging times? Spirituality goes arm in arm with meaning and change. Everybody has hopes and desires, yet many of us don't find the time to chase them. However, that's where having a partner can assist us. Partners should continuously help each other attain their individual dreams, even if that means compromising their own. Their partner will return the favor when the time comes. Finally, this brings us to the topic of the last date, dreams. To get ready for this date, create a list of all your dreams, the stories behind them, and how your partner can help you achieve them. The location of this dreamy date should be inspiring, possibly somewhere where you can watch the sunset. Now it's time to dive deep. Questions you need to both ask will address the dreams you had as a kid, whether your parents helped you achieve your goals, and which of your dreams are the most important. When you learn about your partner's dreams, it's up to you to figure out just how to respect and encourage them. Let's review. Whether you're in a long-term relationship or still in the honeymoon stage, every relationship relies on excellent communication. To enhance your relationship's endurance and quality, date your partner regularly, enjoy each other's presence, and talk. The dates suggested are all about maintaining love, discovering how to utilize conflict, and discussing tough topics such as having kids. Most importantly, make time to talk about your partner's dreams and how you can help them come to life. How do you show commitment in your relationship? What topics do you find most challenging to communicate to your partner? Comment below with your best advice. Please be sure to like and subscribe as well. And thank you for watching. Here are some playful date ideas to try. Do a Habitat for Humanity build. Take a ghost tour. Try an escape room. Volunteer at an animal shelter to walk or play with puppies. Pick fruit at a local orchard. Put together a puzzle. Create a signature mixed drink. Make a time capsule together. Take a pedal tour of your town. And finally, go see a drive-in movie.